wanting to really think about is, why is asking a child to pause and maybe take a breath or whatever that is, why is that not a request, but a practice?
Right.
Right? Because I believe that when people start hearing, oh, I've got an angry child, well, tell them to calm down. Right? Or, you know, you make a request, you're the authority figure, you should tell them, you know, this is it. And so I really want to ponder and think about, like, how is asking others to have a pause a practice? And here's the thing that I think, when it's a practice, then at the end of it, you don't have to punish yourself.
Right.
When it's a request and you didn't do it,
Right.
then it goes back to all of that beat up language inside our head and all of that stuff that gets all right, that we gotta, you know, kind of sift out, which we're gonna talk about, you know, in the next little segment. So I think that asking kids to do that is a practice.
Yes.
How have you seen it practiced in your building, pausing with kids?
I've seen, this kind of goes with justifying their emotions. I feel like with some kids that I work with, and again, they come to me out of the situation, right? And so I'll sit there and they'll say, I was mad. And I'm like, you know what? That would make me really mad too. Like, before we respond, let's pause. And then that acknowledgement plus the pause allows them to kind of get into their own mind. Okay, so maybe I'm not ridiculous for feeling upset, but maybe I shouldn't respond in that way. But it's not me telling them you shouldn't respond in that way.
I get it.
And that,
so you're helping them create the difference between reacting and responding.
And if there's no break in between there's no pause, it's almost impossible. They don't have the skill yet. So really giving them a chance to own that and say, you know what, I could have responded differently. And having that space in between helps us communicate with them. Okay, could we have responded differently? And that's been so transformative for me working with kids to say, hey, hold on. What you said isn't ridiculous. That happens. I feel the same way. I get that. That would
validation.
Yes, I got you. But let's pause for a minute. And then they say, you know what? I probably shouldn't have pushed him back, or I probably shouldn't have. And then they own that. That's them. And you can support them in that. And you're not just getting on to them and telling them what else to do. They can see how they can rethink and respond to the situation.
And I think at the end of the day, really what we want kids to be able to do is say, when I feel infringed on, when somebody's in my space, when somebody takes my swing, how can I pause between my impulse and my action?
Right.